have very different tastes in music. While I'm always been more accustomed to slow and acoustic and very chill music, my mother enjoys listening to things a lot more like the Rolling Stones in the car. In fact, since I was about 8 years old, I can remember listening to the blaring chorus in the Rolling Stones song, "You Can't Always Get What You Want," wherein Mick Jagger sings that you can't always get what you want. Now, while that's true and easy to understand, I think that it's more important to listen to the following lyric, which is that if you try sometimes, you might get what you need. I think that it's important not only that we recognize not to be selfish and to always expect whatever it is that you want in life, but more importantly, that if you work hard enough, you can get the things you need and sometimes a few of the things that you frivolously want too. So long as you're willing to go the extra mile, you're willing to work hard and sometimes painfully hard and put up with the people that tell you that you can't, you'll end up getting all the things that you need and maybe even a couple of the things that you want too. This idea of perseverance and hard work, earning you the things that you want most in life, have been proven throughout history. Through works of literature like Jane Eyre, the classic work of literature by Charlotte Bronte, through modern television like in the TV show 30 Rock, or even in modern cinema like in the film The Kids Are Alright. Now, just like Mick Jagger sings that you need to work hard and if you try hard enough you might get what you need, the same idea is seen in Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Jane Eyre is a classic literary work that tells the tale of Jane, a girl who lived a tragic childhood after she was orphaned and forced to live with her aunt who treated her miserably. Then she went to an all-girl boarding school where her schoolmasters treated her miserably, and finally she ended up going to a mansion to work as a teacher where she was treated less than miserably. In fact, she was treated as better than anybody else. She was treated as someone that was loved by one Mr. Fairfax Rochester. See, Rochester sees something in Jane that no one else ever has before, and he sees her as his future bride. Now, Jane didn't get to be in this frivolous position just by slacking off, by saying, oh, well, I'm a good person, and good people get what they want eventually, right? Jane has to work hard. She ends up befriending a very sick and, in fact, dying girl in school, but she doesn't let it get her down. She ends up working hard to graduate near the top of her class, and because she earns her position, and she works hard to earn and establish her place as a woman in Fairfax's life, she ends up getting what she wants in the end. Even more than what she needs, which was to stay alive. She ends up getting a little frivolous love at the end too. And in the end, maybe that's what we all need actually. Now, just like Jane Eyre ends up working hard and persevering to get what she wants and what she needs in Jane Eyre, the same thing happens in 30 Rock, which tells the story of a very, very popular live news channel. Now, in 30 Rock, we see one character, Jack Donaghy, who is the bigwig CEO of NBC, and his foil, Kenneth. Kenneth is not a bigwig. Kenneth is arguably a small wig. He's from rural Kentucky. He thinks that a horse could reasonably be president of the United States, and he wears plaid often. However, Kenneth has big dreams. He dreams of being the president of a major news network. He dreams of being able to produce giant broadcasting networks and being able to supply the American people with what they want, which is cheesy comedies and dramas. However, because Kenneth wants this so hard, he works for it. He strives through the grueling NBC Page program. He ends up working with very, very painful Hollywood actors and actresses, and because of this, well, we hope, he'll end up getting what he wants because the current season, the finale, isn't over yet. But I have faith that because Kenneth has worked so hard, he'll end up getting a lot more than what he needs. He'll end up getting what he wants, which is that big wig that he's always dreamed of. Just like Kenneth in 30 Rock perseveres through being a page in order to become the big wig that he wants to be, the same thing happens in a movie called The Kids Are Alright. The Kids Are Alright features a modern American family, where the parents are two lesbians and the children are both created by a sperm donor. Now, because of the atypical nature of their family, there's always been a lot of tension between the parents and the kids as to whether or not they're ever going to meet their father, whether or not the parents want them to meet the father, and lots of other tense things that are a lot more normal, like college and whether or not they're allowed to stay past curfew. However, because of the extra element added in The Kids Are Alright's family, things get tense when the two kids, 18 and 16 years old, end up meeting their father. Because they've wanted this for so long, things get a little hectic in their family. Affairs are introduced. It turns out that people that thought they were lesbians actually aren't, and things get hairy for the family and the kids are alright. However, they don't just call it quits there. Even though things get troublesome, things get ugly, and things get very, very painful, the two mothers in the family work through it. They end up discovering that they actually love each other a lot more than they originally thought because of the hardships that they have to go through, and because they end up working so hard and persevering through the painful, ugly family stuff, they end up getting more than what they need and get something they want too, which is the family that they always dreamed of. Now today, whenever I'm in the car with my mother and that loud Rolling Stone song comes on and my mom sings even louder than the radio, I'm reminded that while the beginning part is the easy part, that you shouldn't always get what you want, I keep in mind that the second half is the most important half. That if you try hard enough, whether it's at finding love with your employer, which might not be a good thing in all scenarios, whether it's just in something like getting the job that you always wanted, or maybe just trying to fix your family. If you try hard enough, you'll get what you need, and maybe some of the things that you always wanted as well.